Hello, Taurus. It is time for your month ahead reading for August. We're going to start out with an energy card and see what kind of energy or what the primary theme is that you'll be working with here in August. And you have fishbowl. Why fishbowl? This feels like you feel like you're swimming around aimlessly or repeating the same cycle over and over, maybe feeling a little bit trapped or constricted. Interesting that that's what I'm getting off of this. Trying to tap in to feel if there's any more. No, this definitely feels like you're inside the fishing bowl looking out at the outside world, at the other possibilities out there, at what you could be a part of if you were brave enough to leap out of your current environment, to go beyond your self-imposed boundaries. So this is a fish tank that you've placed yourself in, and you may possibly out of fear or out of habit. And you long to go beyond that. You long to explore more as you see these other fish that are outside of the fishbowl and doing fine. Are you ready to take that leap? Are you ready to get out of your fishbowl and explore the world around you? Let's see what tarot cards we have for you. We have the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Cups, Death, the Chariot, and the Moon. So you have 3 major arcana cards here and 2 court cards. So this is a big change for you. This is going to be a major shift. If you have the courage to go outside of your norm, this is going to be a big shift for you. Let's get into the individual cards. So the Knight of Swords, and this feels like you in this particular situation. Swords are an air element that's going to be about communication. So maybe the way you communicate or something that you haven't been able to express yet that you've always wanted to say, but you've been holding back. Or it could be education or information. Information that you can't gain by limiting yourself to this small world, by containing yourself. You have to go out to seek more information, to gain more experience. Because a lot of times the Knight of Swords, I mean, in theory, they know how to communicate, they know how to write the message, but they don't have any experience yet. So they're just now going out into the world to try things. They are very enthusiastically going after it. If you can embrace it and allow yourself to leap out of that little restricted world that you're staying in here, these self-imposed boundaries you put on yourself, to actually express yourself, to open up and speak and say what it is you've always wanted to say, it can set you free. But as long as you keep swimming around in your own bowl and just thinking about it, thinking, that's all you're ever going to do is think about it. You have to have the courage to leap out and speak, say it, communicate it, share that information, share those thoughts with others. You may have a fear that others are going to look down on you or look at you differently or shun you for some reason for your ideas, for what it is you have to say. Don't let fear hold you back here. The world is ready for you. The world is ready for you to come out of your bowl and say what it is you need to say. You are ready. So go ahead and take that leap. Make the jump. It's time. And then we have the Knight of Cups. Now this is about emotions and your intuition. And again, it's another knight. Because you keep constraining yourself, because you're not expressing your needs, those needs have not been being met. You may be feeling emotionally disconnected or emotionally stunted in some way, or held back on your emotions somehow. If you're able to get out there and express yourself, express your needs, your wants, etc., then this also sets your emotions free. It opens you up to those experiences that you've been dreaming about and that you want to have, but that you couldn't have while you were staying in the fishbowl on your own. Because everybody else is out here experiencing, learning what suits them and what does not. Does this mean that you won't have bad experiences? No. But it means you will have experiences and you will learn what really works for you and what does not. What your boundaries are. And what your, it's almost like you're going to discover some new things as far as emotions go. What you thought you knew or thought you would like is not necessarily what you actually like in practice. And that's what you would learn with this Knight of Cups. This is saying, don't be afraid to get out there and flirt. Talk to people. Try to connect emotionally with different people. And figure out who your people are on an emotional level while communicating your needs and expressing what it is you want out of life. That's going to help you find the people that you connect with heart to heart and the ones that you don't. But you got to experience it. You got to talk to people. You got to connect in order to learn that. And then we have the first of your major arcana cards, the Death card. The Death card is less about death and more about transformation. It is the ending of one way of life. Once you're out of that fishbowl, that part of your life is done. It's like you let the cat out of the bag, you're never going to get that cat back in the bag. This fish is not going to go back into that fishbowl. That is the end of that period of your life and the beginning of your new period, of your new life. You are transforming. It's almost like you go from fish to bird and you're ready to fly and experience life in a whole new environment and with a lot more freedom. Then we have the Chariot. Now, this is all about having to make a decision. You got to go one way or the other. You got to pick. And you need to pick quickly. This may be something that comes up unexpectedly. Once you're out of the bowl and flying around, you still maybe want to, and you turn into a bird, you still need a place to land at night, a place to rest. You're going to have to make a quick decision here. Which direction do you want to go? Are you going to fly north? Or are you going to fly south? East or west? Where are you going? Pick quick. It requires a quick decision and then sticking to it and just going with it. Just trust it and go with it. This card also has ties to Venus, which you do too. You're ruled by Venus. So trust your heart here. Tap into that emotions and intuition and don't overthink it. Do not overthink this decision. Just make it and go with it. It should feel right. Doesn't have to make logical sense again. Just feels right. Consider your comfort too, is also coming through here. Which one are you more comfortable with? You're already out of your comfort zone because now you're out of the fishbowl. That doesn't mean you have to keep doing things that make you uncomfortable until you adapt and things change. So you could go with the thing that feels the most comfortable for you when it comes to making this decision. That does not mean you can't change later on, but at this time you need to stick with whatever decision feels most right for you here and just stick with that one decision. See that decision through, basically, is what's coming through. And then we have the Moon. This is a card of discovery, of secrets, things that you could only see under the light of the moon, things you cannot see under the light of the sun. There's a bit of deception in there. This could be self-deception, but I feel like it's more self-discovery, a lot of self-discovery once you can put yourself out there. It's almost like things are not going to go the way that you dreamed or expected them to go, thought they would go. Maybe you didn't think you would be quite so outgoing, so much of an extrovert once you got outside of your bowl. But it turns out you actually like talking to people. You're very outgoing. This is self-discovery, learning things about yourself. You could also discover that you are a nightlife person, and maybe that you have a knack for investigation. Hmm. Seeing things that others don't see, possibly from all of your time spent initially observing. You have really solid observation skills. You are seeing things that others do not. And your insights here could come in very useful and helpful for those that you do connect with, where you can help them discover these things about themselves. For some of you, this may even have to do with going into maybe counseling in some way, or maybe even card reading or intuitive readings or something like that. Reiki, healing, some sort of healing or counseling or advising thing where you help people because you can see it. Your unique view on the world helps you see things that in ways that others cannot, which can help them heal and discover more about themselves. Okay. Now let's see what we have on the bottom of the deck. We have the three. This is like you on the inside of the fishbowl, looking outside, but knowing you're about to make that leap. So there's this sense of anticipation. Maybe you're picking your spot or waiting for if there's something that's moving around, or you're waiting on somebody else's communication, or you're ready to leap onto a soft landing type of thing, but it's a moving target. So there is a sense of anticipation of you're ready to make your move. You're waiting, trying to wait till things are optimal. Just know that things may not always be 100% optimal. You have to trust your gut at a certain point and take the leap. This is you waiting to take that leap. You're ready to do it. Don't second guess yourself and just go for it. And that is what I have for you, Taurus, for the month of August. Please hit that like button and please hit subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.